to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to achieve a glam look, and that's going to be for a Friday or a Saturday night out, and it's going to include some contouring. So I'm excited today to share with you how I achieve that, what kind of tools I use, what kind of products I apply, and how I get to that seamless finish. If you guys watched my first video, you saw my look when I was doing the braids. That was a glam look. So let's get right into it. The most important thing when it comes to applying makeup is going to be your skin prep. So skin prep is going to vary depending on what kind of skin type you have. So it's very important that you know that because your product is going to be sitting on top of your skin. So you want a very well hydrated base so that your product can look flawless. So depending on your skin type, for me, I'm extremely oily. So I've washed my face with an oil wash, something that's a helpful trick for anybody who is similar to my skin type. Go ahead and apply a toner. So go ahead and tone your skin prior to putting on any of your face products. And that's going to just pull out any excess oil so that you can go ahead in with your lotion, serums, etc. So for me personally, I went in with a serum. I then went in with a moisturizer, put an eye cream on, super important, and then I went in and I primed. So my skin is pretty much ready to take the makeup that I'm going to be laying on top of it. Now, like I said, I am very oily, so I'm going to do another trick, which is I'm going to put a setting spray on top of my skin before we actually do the makeup, just to give it another little layer to soak up any of the oils before I go ahead and put some makeup on. So I'm just using some Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray that on. So just a few sprays and go ahead and let that dry. Now I have acne prone skin as well. So I actually have to be very careful when I apply products, and I have to use products that are going to be a good fit for my skin. So I want to speak to people like me who have acne prone skin or who have had acne prone skin and just say, you can rock whatever look you're looking to achieve. The only thing you have to know is you have to work with what you have. So if you have redness, if you have scars, if you have blotches, if you have holes, you have to figure out how your products are going to get on your skin to give you the look that you're looking to achieve. So it is important that you find out what your best wash regimen is as well, and you know, to know that exfoliating is super important for acne, and it always gets worse before it gets better. So just remember that, keep your head up, you're beautiful, and if you have any questions, please just put them down in the comments and I will help out if anybody wants to know about any of the products that I use to get my face to be as clear as it is today. So this is dried down, so that's good. So we're gonna go ahead in with our foundation first. And we're gonna go ahead and apply that. So you can apply that to either your beauty blender or you can go ahead and put that on your brush. So I'm really in love with a product that I get so many compliments on. It's a foundation that I came across called Il Maquillage. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but this is the Woke Up Like This, and it gives you such a flawless finish. And the color match on it, they did really good, I gotta tell you. So, or I should go, my son does this. So I'm gonna go ahead in with a beauty blender, and I'm just wetting my beauty blender. It's super important. And I'm gonna just go ahead and put some pumps right here on my hand. So once you have your pumps on, you'll go ahead and take your product up and just go ahead and lay that on. If you have any problem areas, you can make sure that you kind of dab it in that area so you can focus there when you're blending. Now you can go in with a brush or you can go in with a sponge. I'm going to go in with a sponge, just tried and true. It's always what I go to. I love the brush, but I'm kind of a creature of habit sometimes. So you just pat your product right into your skin. So it's important with your sponge, like I said, number one, your sponge must be wet. If it's not wet, then all your product's going to get absorbed into your sponge and you're not going to get that product onto your face and you'll waste a lot of product. And these products are expensive. So I want to make sure that you're using them and your tools the proper way to give you the desired result you're looking for. So you're going to go ahead and just blend that foundation into your skin. Now, do not apply foundation to your under eye area. You're going to leave that bare for now because you're actually going to be applying concealer there. So there's no need for you to layer it up and just create cakiness by putting that on. So I think it's starting to rain over here. Boo-hoo, we have dinner plans, which I'm very excited about. Obviously, I'm doing this glam look because a girl needs a reason to put some makeup on. I am not somebody who normally puts makeup on a regular basis. It's just something that I've kind of grown out of, but I do enjoy putting makeup on for a special occasion. So this is something that makes me very happy. I enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me in a lot of ways. And I really love that I'm going to share these tips and tricks with you. So if there's something that I'm doing that can help you feel as beautiful as you can in your skin with a little enhancement, that is what makes me happy. So you can see how that is such a good finish from face to my neck. The match is really, really good. Now, if you want to go ahead and add another layer of foundation, you can go ahead and do that at this time. So if you want to add more coverage, go ahead and put more foundation on. I'm actually okay. I'm not going to add any additional. You do want to blend really well into your hairline. Some people do their ears too, but my color match is pretty good. I don't feel like it's necessary, so I'm not going to do that. And you do want to go ahead and make sure you're bringing that down on your neck to get a good blend. You want to make sure that there's no hard lines. So once you have that done, you're going to go ahead in with your concealer. So the concealer I'm using, again, I really love this product. It's the Il Makiage. This is the F-U-C-K. Not going to say it. I'm Flawless. So I really like this product. It goes on really nice and it doesn't cake. So we're going to go ahead and highlight and cover the areas that we're having problems with. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag the concealer from my duct down. Then I'm going to put it in my dark area here, and then I'm going to apply it in an upward position to the outside of my eye to give a lift. Go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. So you're pretty much snatching your nose in a bit here with your concealer, and then you're lifting your eye on the outside, which is super important. I have hooded eyes, so anything I can do to bring my face up, also wearing your hair up, like those high ponies, like I showed you in my first video where I wear the braids, it's a good look for my particular face shape and for my eyes. So you find what works for you and you just rock it. I'm a firm believer in finding what works for you and just loving it and loving you. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to, I have some darker spots here, some acne marks. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the bridge of my nose and just put a little bit of it right here in the center. So we're highlighting here, we're highlighting here, we're highlighting and concealing here, and we're concealing here. So you can also go ahead and add a little to your chin. Now I have a longer chin and I have a bit of a heart face shape. So you'll see how we're going to be contouring and how we're going to be working with what we have, which is super important. So you're gonna grab your brush and you're gonna go ahead and start blending these products in. So for your eyes, you wanna stay in the area that you've actually applied that product. Otherwise, you're going to disturb the shape that we're kind of taking right now. So blend that in, and you can actually let your concealer sit for a little bit longer, which will just make it a little bit darker, so it's going to work a little better for you for concealing. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it now. I actually am running a little behind. Story of my life. Now it's great to use a brush when you're using this for your concealer here, because you can really be as precise as you'd like, and you can clean that up later, but it gives you a nice hard line here so that you can really lift and define. So when we're covering any of our blemishes, we want to kind of work the product in and then around. You don't want to buff out the product completely because you're trying to actually cover something. So you want to be gentle with your skin. So go ahead and blend that in. Again, just staying within the area that we've applied the concealer to not disturb the shape that we're looking to create with our contour and our highlight. Now, as I mentioned with the foundation, you can always go back in with more concealer. I say a lot of people these days are using way too much product. It's wasteful and it looks cakey. So always go easy and build. Just remember, you can always build. So we're gonna go ahead and just blend in our bridge here. And you can already see the highlight taking place on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and blend in the center of the forehead and just make sure that that product is worked in and up to create the highlight that we're looking to achieve. Here on my chin, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this here just in the center. You'll see we're going to contour our chin to give us the illusion of a shorter chin, since my chin is pretty long. So again, this is about enhancing what you have, just creating a little definition in different areas to change the shape of your face. So we're gonna leave that like that. So you can go ahead in and also at this time conceal your eyelids, so add your base on. Right now you can prime. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of concealer right onto my eyes. Now, something to know about me is I have falsies on right now, so I'm not going to be applying any kind of liquid eyeliner on the top of my eye like I normally would. I don't want to disturb the glue, and I already have that bit of dark look from the falsies, but I will probably be tight lining, so just to create a little bit of an emphasis on the eye, so you can check that out. So we're gonna go ahead and just pat this in. So this is your concealer on your eyelid or your primer, which will just help your product stay on longer. The other thing to know is I actually just recently had my eyebrows microbladed, so I have to be really careful because they're healing. They just currently have a little bit of cream on them, and they're kind of doing their thing in the healing stage. So I'm not going to disturb them too much. And again, my eyelashes, I'm not going to get too tight into the actual lash line. So once you have that done, you have your product on, which is your foundation, you have your concealer on. So you have your areas that you've brightened and you have your areas that you've covered. And now we're gonna go ahead in with our contour. So for contour, there are different choices for you in terms of product. So you can go with a powder, you can go with a cream. We're gonna go with a cream that I'm going to layer some powder on top of. Again, I am super oily, guys, so I have to follow some tricks to make sure that a couple hours into dinner, I'm not looking like a sopping, wet, oily mess. So with your contour, you're going to find the color that's going to be best for you. So I'm today using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick. So here's this, and this is a very cool product that you can go ahead and apply, and we're gonna blend it out with a brush. So you're gonna get your brush ready for that. So we're gonna apply it on our forehead. Now, I have a rather large forehead, so when you have a larger forehead, you can cover more space with your contour. When you have a smaller forehead, you're going to want to stay up higher and blend into your hairline. So I can handle more product on this forehead. So you're going to go ahead and do your forehead, and then you're going to do right above your actual cheekbone, okay? Because it's important that you don't drag your product down below that, because you're trying to define and lift up. You're trying to create those cuts into your face to give you a lifted, defined look. So you're gonna go ahead and apply that. And you're gonna go ahead onto the other side. Again, stay above. And you can put as much or as little, like we talked about, you can build. And then for me, I have a little bit of a longer face, so I'm not gonna go completely under. I'm gonna kind of go right on the jawline to make that a little bit smaller. Again, we talked about the chin, so I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight a little above my actual chin to bring it up. Go ahead and highlight, contour underneath as well. So once you have that product on, you're gonna go ahead and start blending. So you're gonna grab your brush and you're going to work that product in very gently and just stipple it in to the skin, and you want to drag it back. So already you can see how nicely it's blending in and the look that it's helping us create. If you're a lighter toned person, you're gonna want to go with a lighter color contour. For somebody with a darker complexion, you can go with something that's a little bit darker. You don't really want to go with anything that's too shiny for your contour. It just creates too much highlight in those areas, and that's not what you're looking to do at this stage of your makeup application. So once you get that in, you're going to go ahead and blend your other areas. So we're going to do our cheek. Bring that up on the cheek. You can give your smile so you can see what you're doing there. So you have your one side. And go ahead into our other cheek. And again, blend. Stipple the product in there. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead to our jawline and blend that in. Circular motions. Now for me, I like a beautiful finished look. I don't like anything too harsh or too defined. So you'll see everybody has their own techniques and what works for them and their particular style of makeup application. Mine is going to be a finished, flawless look, but I do not like it to be overly dramatized. So go ahead and blend. Sorry, I have hair in my eye. blend your jawline in on both sides. And you want to bring it up. So remember, everything when it comes to your face, you want to think up. And that's going to be from applying your serums, your products, always up. Anywhere you can create a lift is what you're looking to do. Go ahead and blend your chin down. So again, you're creating the illusion that your chin is smaller than it is. And go ahead and blend your under in and down towards your neck. And again, it's so important that we blend these products in. You really want your neck area to be as warm as your actual contoured areas. So once you have your contour on and you're feeling good with how it looks and the shape that's taking at this point, which you can see the definition here in the actual contour from the cheek to the highlight on the actual eyes, nose, chin, and center of the face. And that's what you want. You want to actually keep what you're working with, and you do not want to work over all the hard work you've put onto your face. So that's important. A lot of people, I'll see them layer some concealer on top of their already contoured face. And, why? It's so much work to do this. It takes so much time. This is like an hour application. I'm going to try to do it in like 40 minutes, which, I'm sweating. So we're gonna go ahead in with the powder. Like I said, I like to add a little powder on top. I'm using the Wet n Wild's Mega Glow Contouring Palette Contour. So that's going on over the top of my contour. So I have a slanted brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that to enhance what I've already done and just build it so that it can last a little bit longer with my oily skin. So we're doing this for two reasons. We're number one, enhancing what we have, and we're number two, helping that product stay a little bit longer because we have very oily skin. I'm actually a little hot right now, so my cheeks are a little pink. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing up top, circling that product in. Circling that product in. You get this beautiful kind of kissed look. And remember, you don't want to go down too low. So you want to stay pretty high here. Already you can see the nice warmth that we've created here in this look. And we are going to carry this down onto our neck. And you'll see I'll also apply some foundation to my chest so that we can get a good match here. Just remember, blending is very important so that the product can look as good as possible. So already you can see such a difference in my face and what we've done here with the contouring. So this is looking good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that palette down. I'm then going to grab a fluffy brush where I'm going to apply my highlight. So I'm going back into that same palette that I just said to put down. And we're going to go ahead and apply this right over top of the areas that we were looking to highlight. So you go ahead and pat that into the skin. And again, it's serving as a dual purpose for me. It's going to be for color, and it's also going to be to help me set this makeup into my skin since I am so oily. So bringing that up. Do not go over your contour. It's important. So I'll go ahead and add a little bit right here into the center of my forehead where I've applied the concealer. And I'll go ahead right here into the middle of my chin. Now, what you can do at this point is a couple different things. We can go ahead and contour a little bit more on the nose. So I want to show you how that looks. It's a really cool look. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect from your eyebrow and you're going to bring it down the side of your nose. You're going to connect around your nose and you're going to come from the other side, bringing it down. It's going to slim down your nose. So I really like my nose. I'm not looking to slim it down, but I do think that this is part of the full glam kind of look. So I want to share it with you because it is something that really gives you that finished look. That's so cool. So once you get that on, you're going to take your brush. Again, super important that you use a brush for this technique. If you use your sponge, then you're going to blur your lines, and the work that you've already done, you're going to kind of take away from. And we didn't work this hard to not give us that desired look, right? So go ahead and blend that. Just pushing it into the skin. Pushing it in to this area. You could also use, if you wanted to, your contour on your eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Blend, blend, blend. It's all about blending. Now you wanna make sure that you're not buying a contour that is super ashy either. So you don't want it to be gray. If it looks gray, then you're going to look a little muddy and you're not going to get that finish that you're looking for. It's going to be more like just a muddy look. So you don't want that. Now the cool thing is if you need to actually, you could just pull this right into this area. I'm going to be adding eyeshadow. So if you need to add any more concealer here to help break up anywhere, you can do that. But already you can see what a big difference just doing this contour to the nose creates. And a lot of people do a lot of fun stuff with it. I usually don't go too crazy, but again, I wanted to share it with you so that you can actually see, ooh, sugar, how I do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just clean up a little bit of this in the center. Okay. So that looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and highlight. So I'm using Morphe Highlight. Here it's a really pretty color. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick it up with my, see, that's my alarm to remind me how long to take to get ready. And so much time it takes to do this. So we have our highlighter here. I just got it on my finger. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the tip of my nose. Oh, my mirror turned off. There we go. And I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Going to put it on my Cupid's bow and bring that up. And we haven't done our cheeks yet with our blush, so let's go ahead into that. Now, for blush, I like to use something that is a little warmer. My particular face color can take a little bit of a deeper blush. So let me grab that. And put it on. Here we go. I couldn't find it at first, but I found it. Okay, So you're going to get another slanted brush, and you're gonna go ahead, or you can actually use your fan brush. Oh, I didn't put any bronzer on. I wanna put a little bronzer on. So grab your bronzer. For your bronzer, it can be something that has like a little bit of a shine on it. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I really like this product, it's very pretty. So I'll go ahead with my slanted brush and I'll apply some of that, tap off any excess, and just apply that to the cheek. So that's looking really nice. Just to accent the area a little bit. Again, I love to give that little bit of a lift there. So once we have that on, we're gonna go in with our cheeks. So having some pigment here on my fan brush. And right now, again, I'm super red because I'm hot. So my cheeks are already pulling a really cool color. So I'll go ahead and apply this to my cheekbones and just go up. Very similar to my natural color that you can see right now on my pink cheeks. So once you've applied that, I like to apply a little bit here to my nose to kind of connect it all. Sometimes I like to apply a little bit on my forehead. I really like to blend as much as possible, so I'll go ahead with that. Excuse me. Once you have your blush on, I'm just gonna take a sip of tea. Green tea, that is. So amazing in the throat. You can go ahead and add any kind of highlight, sugar, that you would like. I have this beautiful Wet n Wild Mega Glow blush color that I like to add because it's a lot lighter than what I would normally add. So I'm gonna just put a little bit here on the top of the cheek and it'll act like my highlighter. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use my finger because my brushes have so much product on them. I'm not looking to skew what I've already done. So that'll just add a little bit of brightness here to my cheeks. Such a pretty look. I'm gonna go ahead and try to set under my eyes. So I'm using Airspun loose powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that with my little cotton here. And I'm going to just pat that in under the eye. Pat, 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 working it. Echo thought I was talking to her. And then we're gonna bring that up. Okay, go ahead and do the other side. Now this will ensure that your makeup is going to last. You can bake it, meaning like you can apply a lot like you see people doing and leave it on for longer. I'm just gonna apply some and then I'm gonna wipe it away. So I'm going to go here on the sides. I went a little bit on the area that I contoured with the bronzer. So you're kind of just snatching up that side and working it down to create that contrast between the two colors, which gives you that beautiful look. Bring that up. And then I like to add a little bit here because we're going for full glam, right from your actual ear through. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna bring that down. Bring it down. Again, I don't go super heavy. I just like to create a little bit, but not too much. So once we get that on, I will not leave it on for too long before I actually wipe it away. So you do not want to get rid of your contour that you created on your jaw, so be careful with that. But you do want to add the brightness to the area between. So there's your look right there. You're gonna grab a really fluffy brush and just go ahead and make sure that that is buffed out and up. Buffed out and up. So that you do not have a lot of product sitting on your face. You've worked it in and out. We're gonna do the same thing here, as I mentioned, and here. Okay. So that's giving you a nice look. Next, we're going to do eyes. So for eyes, I'm gonna keep it with a nude across the entire top. This is the KKW Beauty Palette. I really like it for its nude colors. Has a lot of nude colors in here. So you're gonna just grab a fluffy brush for application. Make sure you don't have any product already on it. Go ahead and pick up your eyeshadow. You already primed your lids, and you're gonna go ahead and just work that into your actual crease. So go ahead, windshield wiper motions in the crease. And you're gonna go ahead and start building that up. So you've created a little bit of a contrast there, which you can see. Grab some more product and you're going to start building it up. Now for me, because I have hooded eyes, I'm not going to want to go past here. So I'm going to actually use a little tool as an assistant here to just ensure that I'm not going past the area and bringing product out, which isn't going to give me the lifted look that my particular eye shape benefits from. So go ahead and blend that in. You can bring it in here really nice so it can create a nice deepened look within your crease. And just blend, blend, blend. Sorry guys, it's my next alarm. Now we're gonna go ahead on the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. So you have your tool and you're gonna go ahead into your crease. Blend it, blend it, blend it. You're gonna go ahead into the top and apply. And making sure you're not extending past your helping tool. Blend and really work it into your crease. Now once you have that in, you can already see an immediate lift. You're gonna grab the darker color, it's just really a smidge darker, and work that into the crease to just create a little bit of a subtle difference. And you can bring that up slightly. Once you have that blended in, you can go as heavy or, I lost an eyelash, or as light as you would like here. So then once you have that done, I like to add a little bit of a darker shadow to lift the under side of my eye. So I'll go ahead and apply that right at the end and then use that to lift. So darker color right in here. Create a little bit of a shadow wing. Darker color, lift. And you can bring that over a little bit. Make sure you're even here. You can add this to your lash line if you want to go ahead in with your upper liner. You can do that at this time. So once you have your desired look there for your eyeshadow, you're gonna go ahead and apply your mascara. If you're using mascara, I'm not because of my lashes. I'm gonna go ahead in with the NYX Professional Makeup Mattifying Powder. So I use this on top and I push it into my skin. So let me show you how. Get your product on, and I push this in, and it gives you a flawless look. You can apply this everywhere because it is a setting powder. It shouldn't mess with what you actually have completed. It's a translucent. It's just going to help make sure that your makeup actually stays and just pat that in. You could even bring this with you, or some blotting cloths if you are oily, which is what I usually do. I usually have to bring something with me because even though I've prepped my skin like this, and right now it's looking great, I will eventually oil up quite a bit. If you wanted to add a lip on, you can. I'll go ahead into my chest as I told you. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that that color matches the rest. So we're just following the same procedure. You're using your beauty blender, making sure it's wet, and you're gonna go ahead and apply your product to your chest and just pat it in. We're gonna make sure we blend this here. Get it looking good, and then we'll set it so it doesn't move, and we will bronze the area so that it matches the rest. So that looks good. Get that product off my hands so I don't put it on myself. Now you're gonna go ahead and grab your bronzer, because for your chest you can add, you know, a little bit of shine. That's a good thing. Not a bad thing, because you want to draw some attention to that area. So you add your bronzer there, get it worked in nicely, and then you can go ahead and set it with your airspun powder, just so it's not getting on anything. So that's that simple. Now for a lip, I'm going to, so you can see the finished product here. Here is our finished full glam face. So you can see that it's a matte, contoured, don't mind my hair because we didn't do that yet, look, beautiful finish. We have our eyes that have just enough shape to them, just enough emphasis. We have a nice lift going on. Nice lift on our face, and our chin, barely have a double chin right now. So I'm gonna go in with this beautiful dark red lipstick and just apply it. I'm not gonna go in with any liner. To be honest with you, I'm just running behind. And this particular lipstick, I don't feel like I need a liner with it. It's so pretty too. Now we're gonna accentuate what we have, but not overline. So how I do that is I just use the edge of the actual lipstick applicator to really hug that lip. Now I had a little gloss on before, which gave me a different result than I would normally get with this color. However, this denim dress can really allow for either or. Now I want to show one final tip that I actually forgot. I still have some contouring on the brush. So you can actually contour underneath your lip. Now you really do want to do this normally before you put your lipstick on, but life is messy. We sometimes have to do what we have to do. So by adding a little bit of your contour or bronzer underneath your lip will actually help your chin look smaller, and it'll make your lips look larger. So there it goes, guys. This is my Saturday night out look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there were some tips and tricks in this tutorial that help you achieve your glam look that you're looking for. If you guys have any questions or concerns for me, please throw them down in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. I am so thankful for you watching this video. Check back in for the next. There will be more. And please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again, guys.